The universe is not going to give you opportunities beyond what you can handle.
If you're a coach and you doubt your ability to get somebody results, it's going to be a very hard thing for you to sell. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, the most important things every emotionally driven person needs to know. Today, for episode number 569, we are going to talk a little bit about wealth, the three most important parts of business. So I know for myself, when I got into the podcast game, I never really planned on how I was going to turn it into a business. I didn't have any business background. I didn't know much about business and or finances and or wealth. So our goal here at Next Level U is always to help you get to the next level. And through our research and through our speaking with the listeners, we realize that a lot of people are early entrepreneurs. And one of the words we hear the most is freedom. People want freedom. And
financial freedom.
I think for a lot of people, that means maybe leaving their 9 to 5 behind and doing their own thing. So today we're going to talk to you about that.
So the first step in this process is really to decide, like right now, just decide like Kevin did. He didn't decide to grow a business, but he did decide to do his own thing and be financially free.
Yes.
So I think deciding in advance to be financially free, doing your own thing, is the first step. But one of the things that I think is really powerful here, I guess you'll always subconsciously fear that which you do not understand. So I'm going to try to make business as simple as possible here, because I know we have a lot of early entrepreneur listeners. And if you are not an entrepreneur or don't have a business or don't intend to start one, trust me, this is going to be very relatable to your life and your career, for sure. We talk about health, wealth, and love. We haven't talked about wealth enough, and I want to try to help you guys with that. Okay, so here we go. I want you to imagine that it's 2007 when Kevin and I graduated high school.
We did, yes.
We were seniors in high school when the iPhone, the very first iPhone, came out, hit the marketplace. And I want you to imagine that revolutionary breakthrough that shook the globe. Okay, everybody was so blown away by, oh my God, I can have an iPod and a phone, and it's a smartphone, and it's got a touch screen. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, every business is three main things. Number one is innovation. Innovation, I'll define it quickly. Innovation means you improve a product or a service. You make it better. So number one is to improve a product or service. That's innovation. So on this podcast, Kevin and I are constantly trying to improve the camera angle, the studio. We're trying to improve the audio quality. We're trying to improve in our craft to make sure we're adding more value. Okay, that's innovation. Second facet, so innovation is number one. Number two, second facet, marketing. Marketing is, okay, you have the best product or service in the world, but what if no one knows about it? Doesn't matter. So you have to have a good product or service that solves a problem for somebody and then market it to people. In other words, marketing is like telling people about it, spreading the word, okay? And then the third one is finance. Make money. So you innovate a product, you market it to people, and then you make money with that product. And then you use that money to make the product better again, and then to market to even more people. So again, picture a circle. Upper left-hand part of the screen, innovation. Upper right, marketing. Bottom middle, finance. 2007, the iPhone launches, a huge breakthrough innovation. They market that phone to tons of people, and then when they sell it to people, market it to people, they make money. What Apple did is they reinvested most of that money back into research and development to make it even better. And then they came out with the second version. And then they marketed the second version to even more people. And then they did it again and again and again. Now, here's the kicker. If you have an iPhone, I want you to look at it. Okay, if you don't, just imagine it. Imagine that very first iPhone that at one point was revolutionary breakthrough, and now actually compare it to the phone in your hand right now. They're not even close. I don't even know if the first iPhone had internet. The touchscreen was terrible in comparison. It was probably tiny. That's what innovation, marketing, and money will do. That's what every business is. It's creating a product or service that is better than the past. It's marketing it to people who need it, and then it's making money, and then it's reinvesting that money into making it better and then marketing it to more people. That's what Kevin and I are doing. And if you're out there and you're a business owner, that's what you're doing too.
Why do most businesses go out of business? Is it one of those things?
Yeah, I would say that there's a lot of reasons why businesses go out of business. Number one is either they don't have a product that's needed anymore because the economy shifted, or they didn't believe in it enough to market it enough, or they didn't have good marketing messaging. There's a lot of different reasons. Or they squandered their money. You know, Apple did a really good job of reinvesting the right amount of funds into innovation and marketing, and they succeeded. But why a lot of businesses fail is they spend their money.
So what's a common? I know that you'll hear people say like, Elon has a net worth, or Tesla's worth this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
What is that actually for the people out there that think like he actually has that amount of money in his bank, or can you explain that?
Yeah, so I'll try. And I appreciate the question.
Yeah.
So
We're transcoding here.
So Apple was the very first $1 trillion company. That does not mean that Apple makes $1 trillion. What it means is it's worth $1 trillion. I'll give you an analogy. I want you to imagine you buy a home that's worth $200,000, okay? And you rent it to a tenant for $1,000 a month. That home is worth $200,000, but you're only making $1,000 a month. Gross income. So Apple's worth $1 trillion, but it doesn't make $1 trillion. It actually makes in the billions per year. And there's a difference between gross income and net income, and we don't have to get into that in this episode. But basically, here's what I would tell you. If you're out there right now and you ever intend on starting a business or growing a business, you're going to have to learn this stuff, because otherwise you'll always have an aversion to it. Think about back in the day when if you're out there right now and you're big into fitness, at one point you probably didn't like the gym. What are the chances you're going to be in really good shape when you have an aversion to the gym? I remember at one point in my life, I had an aversion to the gym. You're always going to fear that which you don't understand. And if you don't start exposing yourself to more and more business, which is what Kevin and I are trying to help you guys do, you're never going to master something that you don't expose yourself to consistently.
And I think it's interesting because we've talked about this in the past. One of the most common things I see, so our demographic is primarily emotionally driven people, specifically women for the most part.
Right.
And one of the things that I've seen in coaching early entrepreneurs and business owners is that when it comes to the money part, the marketing is usually really good. The innovation is usually pretty good. But when it comes to, number one, asking for money,
Right.
and like worth, that's usually been an issue. And I think that if you're emotionally driven, you might get into business for a different reason than somebody who's logically or a very somebody who's super, super strategic.
Yeah, you most likely got into business to help people.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. But you can't help people if you don't make money. And that's the important piece is, and I realized this with one of my clients too. One of my clients he has a business. He's from the UK, and he's the head of marketing for his company. He has an amazing product. Honestly, it's called All Access Studio, and it's just something that the world desperately needs, in my opinion, especially in the e-commerce world. Basically, it's like, imagine going online to Amazon and having a shoe that you want to buy, and you can see it in real time in a 360-degree environment where you can see every angle of it, as if you're holding the shoe up in person and looking at it. So it's absolute fire. But he has some aversion to sales that we're working through and marketing. And he's an early entrepreneur, so that's okay. I'm not calling him out or anything. But his brother is an electrician in the UK who does phenomenal work. And he wants to go help his brother sell more because he believes in his brother's product so much. And he actually wants to make commission on that, so that he can invest more in coaching and all that stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you so confident to sell your brother's product but not your own? What I realize is that people associate, if you struggle with self-doubt, and you try to say this all the time, if you struggle with self-confidence, so does your business.
Oh, for sure.
Especially early on. And I'm guilty of that too. The self-worth issue, how much am I worth? It's like with my client. He knows his brother's value and believes in his brother's value so much that he's willing to go and sell. But yet with his own products and services, he associates himself with it, so it's a little bit more emotionally triggering.
can we run through marketing, innovation, and money for? I like to use like an example. Like I always say, one of our demographics, a lot of people that listen to us are like personal trainers.
Right.
They're self-made solopreneurs who are doing this by themselves, and their number one way to get new clients is probably social media.
Right.
So what is their business like from an outside perspective as a business coach and somebody who's studied this? You come in, what does that look like for them? Where should they be? How could they better streamline their business?
So I would look at 4 things. The first thing is, where was their business in the past couple of years? Where is it now? Where do they want it to be versus where it's currently headed? And then what needs to shift in their thinking or behavior to get it there? But that's kind of the bird's eye view of the human. And remember, every business is just people helping people. And so if you're the leader of the business, you are the bottleneck to that business at all times. It's either your behavior or your thinking. And so I would try to understand, okay, how much money did you make in the past? How much money are you currently making? And how much money do you want to make? And what needs to shift in order to make more money? And here's what needs to shift to answer your original question. So if you're a personal trainer, the innovation is, what is your unique flavor of how to help people get results in fitness? So for example, I had the 5 fundamental pillars of natural fitness: sleep, hydration, nutrition, training, and mobility. That, to me, was what I was doing differently. And that was my quote-unquote secret sauce of how I innovated. My coaching was better because I was based on the fundamentals, and I'll get you real results. My marketing was basically social media and fitness. I used to model, and I used to show a lot of fitness photos, and I showed us in the gym, all that kind of stuff. So the innovation is, what's the unique flavor? Imagine this. If you're in the fitness industry, imagine everyone's selling ice cream. Ice cream is the common denominator, but there's Rocky Road, there's mint chocolate chip, there's cookie dough. So in the fitness industry, everyone's selling fitness. Just like in the personal development industry, everyone's selling personal development. What's your unique flavor? Okay? And so innovation is, what's your unique flavor, if you're a personal trainer, of helping people get in shape. Okay? That's innovation. Second step, marketing. How are you communicating? Who are you communicating to? And how are you communicating to them, and on what platforms? Okay? So obviously, if we had all male demographic, we're going to be on different platforms than if we had all female.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this or listening to this, it's obvious that you want to get to the next level of your life. We can help you get there faster.
In 3 months from today, your life can look completely different. Here's how. Group coaching. Here's what you're going to get. So you're going to get bi-weekly calls with Kevin and myself. You're going to be on a team of 10 like-minded, growth-oriented individuals. You're also going to be in a WhatsApp chat with Kevin and I and the entire team, 24/7 access to chat. Also, you're going to get bi-weekly progress reports and peak performance tracking.
Guys, this is a great opportunity for those who can't afford one-on-one coaching with Alan and myself. We have helped dozens and dozens of people get to the next level at this point. Go to nextleveluniverse.com, click group coaching, or find the link in the show notes.
Talk to you soon. So Pinterest is traditionally 70% female. So we know we're jeffing by not being on there because our ICA is primarily women.
We've started. I feel like a 95-year-old person trying to figure out how to use it. So it's fine. We're going to be all right.
If you're on Pinterest, follow us. What's our thing?
I don't even know. Next Level University.
Next Level University. Perfect. Okay, so innovation is your unique flavor of fitness and helping people get results. Marketing is the way in which you communicate how you do that and on what platforms and to who. And then finance is, how much money are you charging? How much money are you reinvesting into better innovation and better marketing? Now, to bring this down to earth for everybody, every human is kind of like a business. And I won't go too deep into this, but basically you've heard of an organization. Okay, so Next Level Universe is an organization. We have 10 people. We are people trying to help people with products and services. And we're doing it to help more people, our ICA, and make more money doing it so that we can reinvest in doing that even better. Okay? So an organization is people helping people. I don't care if it's a charity, a school, a company, a nonprofit. It's all people helping people. Okay? Now, an organization and an organism are the same thing. Okay? If you're out there right now, you have 50 trillion cells. You have bone cells and brain cells and, skin cells. Every organization has different cells, and every cell has a different function. Okay, so one person's a human resources person, and one person's a marketing person, and one person's, a business person, and one person's the CEO, and one person's the COO. So we're all different cells within an organization, and as long as the right cells are healthy, the organization will grow. Now, if business is just people helping people, you're one cell within an organization. So if you're out there listening right now and you're not an entrepreneur and you work for Intel, let's say you work for Intel, or what's a better example? Let's say you work for Panera. I love Panera. Okay, great company. Seems like they treat their employees really well. Great food, healthy, all that. Let's say you work for Panera. You are one cell within the organism of Panera, the organization of Panera. If you want to make more money within Panera, you have to add more value to the goals, core values, and beliefs of the organization. And if you're out there right now, you need to know, what are my core aspirations? What are my core values? What are my core beliefs? And do they fit within this organization? And do I really want, is this aligned for me? Now, to get back to innovation, marketing, and money, if you're just a person, you need to know that it's mastery, impact, and money. Okay, innovation might as well be called mastery. And I'll give Kevin as an example, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, hammer it.
All right, Kevin, we call it a MIM score. We both kind of created that. Kevin is mastering his craft every day. His craft is podcasting, speaking, coaching, and consulting. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's your craft. So you're mastering that every single day. Okay? That's how Kevin adds value to the marketplace. Kevin is marketing to women who want to succeed at a higher level, especially in podcasting. So that's his marketing. So innovation, mastery, podcasting, speaking, consulting, and coaching. Marketing is Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Pinterest, apparently. Yeah. And then he makes money by podcasting, coaching, and consulting, and then he reinvests that money to get better at it and then to do it to even more people. And that's why we're doing group coaching now, is because we used to coach one-on-one, and we still do, but we're trying to scale. We now are capable of helping more people. Why? Because we mastered our craft more and we have more income, so we have a bigger team. The thing that I want everyone out there to realize is that the universe is not going to give you opportunities beyond what you can handle. You have to grow first. Then you'll get more opportunity.
Business 101.
It's been good. This has been good.
With Jeff and Jeff.
Yeah.
I think it's important. You guys can tell I'm very quiet, and I always pass the ball to Alan. I almost called you Aaron. I almost pass the ball to Alan when it comes to this, just because I think that I know a good amount about business, but not compared to Alan. So I think it's always good to give the ball to you when it's your area of expertise.
I appreciate you. And you said almost Aaron.
Aaron, shout out to Aaron who edits our videos. You're the man.
Yeah, you are the man. Thank you so much. So what do you understand about business now that you didn't back then?
I don't know. I don't think I thought about business back then. So I don't know what I really knew. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think my understanding is most people, if you're emotionally driven and you lack confidence, it's going to be very hard for you to succeed in the very beginning, just because if you're constantly doubting yourself, if you're a coach and you doubt your ability to get somebody results, it's going to be a very hard thing for you to sell.
For sure.
It's easy for me to be in an elevator and somebody say, "What do you do?" And I start talking about the podcast. It's easy for me to quote unquote sell this because I've seen it not only change my life and your life and Amy and everybody on the team, every single person on the team, but I've also had the messages from people. So it's easy for me to sell this product. Because now, in a weird way, it's not as attached to me as it once was. Right. In a weird way. You know, like the product is our ability to effectively communicate what we think the listeners need to know.
Right.
So that's part of it. I think the other part is...
And this podcast, just so you know, us getting better at speaking is innovation and mastery. Us getting better mics is innovation. Us having a better camera is innovation. But marketing is the actual value of the show. Like, if you're getting value from this show, that's our marketing.
And perpetuation of
exactly.
it. Right?
Yeah. People sharing it with their friends. Like, that's... Marketing is value. It's how do you add more value to more people? And then also showcase that, like, if you want to be... Kevin and I can help you. If you're listening right now, Kevin and I's main focus right now is to help you get to the next level. If you really want to get to the next level, we have other courses, we have other products, you can one-on-one coach with us, you can do group coaching. So remember, this show, marketing is adding value to people. Innovation is creating products and services that add more value to people. This is a service. This podcast is a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's important for everybody to know that. It's a frame that Apple's doing the same thing. that Apple employees are doing. They're improving, aka innovation. They're marketing it to more people, and then they're making money doing it. You know, I'm doing that same thing if I improve my coaching and then I market my coaching to more people and I coach more people, I'm making money helping more people, and then I'm using that money to master my craft even more and then help even more people. If you're out there, you're a business, whether you know it or not. If you make $14 an hour or you make $140 an hour, you're still a business. And where are you putting that money? And are you mastering your craft and amplifying your impact with marketing?
I think the other interesting thing too is I don't know that I knew how much work it was. Like a lot of I'll go through a call with somebody on a podcast consultation, and they want to talk about podcasting, or I'll look in a Facebook group, and it's amazing to me how many people don't believe you can make money podcasting.
I know,
but I don't know if it's because they don't understand
how to do it,
a business model, or how it actually works. So it's like, if you're out there right now, you can make money doing whatever you're doing. You just have to get a couple of things. Maybe you're not valuable enough in terms of your knowledge to pass on to somebody else. I said this the other day to Amy. Amy and I were chatting. And I said, all coaching is using your higher awareness to show somebody something that they don't know yet.
Right.
Like, that's all you're doing. You're using your level of awareness to raise their level of awareness.
Right. So they can make better decisions.
Yeah.
So they can be more successful.
Yeah. So the higher your awareness, the more people you'll be able to help.
Yeah.
And there'll be a bigger market for you to be able to help also, because you'll have more skills.
Right.
You know, that's why, again, like, I thought people were just going to come out of the woodwork to start working with us when we started this podcast.
Right.
And I think that's one of the takeaways too, is you got to put in the groundwork.
Right.
You got to get out there and determine first, like, I'm going to make this a business. It doesn't happen by itself usually.
For sure. For sure. For everyone out there listening, I want you to I asked Kevin this earlier. We're in Worcester, Mass right now.
Yes, we are.
And I asked him, I said, what's a good hike around here? Let's imagine I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm here, and I'm like, hey, Kev, what's up, man? What's a good hike? And you immediately said Wachusett. I knew you would, because that's what everyone around here says. I said, see, we need to be Wachusett Mountain for personal development. And eventually word will spread. When you do something long enough, well enough, and you get better at it, and you help people doing it, eventually word will spread. But remember, until word spreads, you're going to have to learn how to sell your services. You're going to have to learn how to market. You're going to have to learn how to improve what you do. If you're 650 calls into a coaching call to your coaching career and you're not any better, of course they're going to hire us. You know what I mean? Of course they're going to hire Tony Robbins. Why wouldn't they? Right? So you got to get better at what you do. You got to tell more people about it, and you got to reinvest the money to market. I mean, you and I pay someone $50 per week to help me with my social media, and it's like that's money that we made to then market more. You know, it's business is that, and it's less intimidating when you think of it as those three main facets.
And I think, honestly, if you're new to business, this is valuable from the aspect of you might not go out and seek this necessarily.
Right.
Because I think people think they're winning. You know, if you just started and you got 3 clients at $100 a week, in your mind, you're crushing it, and you are. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Right.
But it's time to figure out the systems that go into the business, because there's a reason that, 9 out of 10 businesses go out of business.
Literally. Very last thing I'll say,
yeah,
too.
Sure. Yeah, right.
I was on the phone with a client Friday. And she's an early entrepreneur, wonderful human being. And I remember saying to her, imagine you have 10 people calling you right now, wanting to pay you $1,000 per month for your coaching. Does your life get harder or easier? And she thought about it for a second. Well, easier in terms of I have more money now, but way harder because when someone's paying you $1,000 a month to coach them, you got to get 10 people some serious results. Are you capable of that yet? There's a reason we all buy iPhones. It's the best phone. But what we're not seeing is the 15 years of them improving the thing. You know, I think it's important for you to improve your craft, market it to more people, make money doing it, and then reinvest that money into improving your craft and marketing it to more people. And it's a cycle. It's an upward spiral of success.
Boom. Speaking of improving our craft, Alan and I are doing free speeches. So if we have never spoken to you, whether it's a school or a corporation or anything, honestly, if you have a group of people who want to get better and we haven't spoken to you, the first one is for free. We will literally send out a questionnaire, and we will take all the answers of this questionnaire and customize a presentation to the needs of the attendees. All you have to do is email us, reach out to us on social media. All of our information is in the show notes. And we would absolutely love to bring the energy, bring the fire. We're going to bring the heart, but we're also going to bring no BS because, at the end of the day, if you really want to get to the next level, we're going to teach you the things that you need to know to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick Cavuto basically said the person who can handle the most truth the longest will always be successful. We're going to give you the truth. So I remember way back in the day, I played a game in the N64 called Ocarina of Time.
Oh, Zelda. Shout out to powerful Zelda.
Right? And all my friends beat it before I did. I got stuck on the water temple. There's like 7 temples.
My mom was legit at that game.
She was good?
Yeah, shout out to mom.
Fire. This is way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I remember getting frustrated because I was stuck on the water temple and all of them did what I thought was cheating. They went and bought the strategy guide from Walmart. I remember the exact Walmart. I finally went and bought it, and it gave me all the answers. And I was like, holy crap, I beat the game. Now, that's what coaching is. Okay, Kevin and I want to give you a 90-day boot camp, 3 months, 2 calls per month. We already filled group 1. Group 2 is almost filled. It's $97. If you go to nextleveluniverse.com, you are going to spend $97 a month, and you're going to have a 90-day boot camp with Kevin and I in your corner giving you the exact strategy guide on how to achieve your goals. You're going to get peak performance tracking. You're going to be on WhatsApp, chat with us, audio, messages. You're going to have a team of other like-minded people that are all committed to changing their lives and getting their goals.
And it's completely private.
Right.
That's something I want you guys to know. We do a lot of public-facing things. These will not be recorded, and they're not going to get repurposed. They're going to be completely private, so we can actually dive into your life and your business and really, really help you get to the next level.
100%.
You dig?
Yeah, I dig.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, long pause. We don't have fans, we have family, and we will talk to you on the next one.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.